Hey guys, Scott here. I need something to do before the next frame renders on the new Pokemon game. So I decided to talk about the whole regression of exit gates discussion because this is something that a lot of people are not really sure whether or not it's a good idea. So the whole concept is that exit gates you can open to 99%, but they don't regress. So they're effectively open without the danger of starting endgame collapse. And so a very commonly repeated suggestion is that exit gates should regress slowly over time. So if people do want to do this strategy, it's not quite as safe anymore. And I can understand kind of both sides of this. So it makes sense because the whole point of endgame collapse is that it's supposed to be, a get out of the match option. Uh, as matches progress later and later, the killer gets stronger and stronger. There's a smaller and smaller map for them to patrol. Survivors are more and more closer to death. That's typically how the flow progression of the game goes. Survivors are at their strongest at the very start and at their weakest at the very end. So the fact that they have control over the end game when it actually starts the timer can seem a little unfair. On the flip side, killers can control that as well. Typically, what I will do if I see a 99 gate and I'm near it, I'll actually just go kick it because now it forces survivors into that time crunch they were trying to avoid. Now, on the survivor side, you don't really want to open the door too early because if you do, you doom whoever is being chased. I don't know if you've been in that scenario before, but say you're at a really safe structure. Normally, the killer is going to have to, if you're at shack, the killer is going to have to kick the shack pallet to keep chasing you because, of course, they will. However, if the exit gate is opened and you're now on a timer, killer can just sit there and look at you. You're going to die. There's nothing you can do at that point. So you pretty much doom that survivor unless you get like a whole team of body blocks to come in, and that becomes a lot dicier. So what people do is just keep the gate at 99, wait for them to get nearby, and then open it. However, I will say I don't think regression should be added to gates. And the reason is the amount of times that a 99 gate I've seen get someone killed is more than the amount of times it saves somebody, in my opinion. I can't even count the amount of times that I'm playing killer and a survivor's about to get out, but the door's closed and they need to veer off to the left a little bit to open it and then go back to the middle to actually walk through the exit gate as it slowly opens. And then I kill them because they couldn't make it in time because the door was 99. That has happened more times than it actually saves people, at least in my experience on both survivor and killer sides. And yeah, at one out of every 15 times, you'll have that one psycho that's actually running Bloodborne. Then it's a really smart idea to save. But I don't think it's enough of a disadvantage as people claim for it to be something that needs to be nerfed or, have a regression. And I know you've all been in that situation. I know you've been in that situation where you're about to get out, but you can't quite get out because the door is not actually open yet. And, not everyone is always going to be there to escort you out the gate. Now, usually if there's a teammate, that's watching the chase happen and they see you approaching, then they can open it, body block for you and get out. But that's not always going to happen, especially in solo queue. You can't organize that every time. So I think the downsides of having a gate 99 are enough. And the upsides of having an eventual timer to kill one guy are not really outweighing that, in my opinion. So that's pretty... Oh, hey, the next frame of my game rendered. Nice. Now I can actually choose whether I'm a boy or a girl.